Hello, and welcome back to our channel, Daily English Dialogues. I am your host, Anna.
And I am your co-host, Mark. Hello, everyone. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
How are you doing today, Mark?
I am doing great, Anna. The weather is beautiful, and I am ready to talk about English. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. You know, Mark, today we have a very special episode. This is a requested topic. We have received so many emails and comments from our listeners about this specific problem.
Oh, really? I love answering listener questions. What is the topic for today?
The topic is something almost every language learner experiences. It is the feeling of, I can understand English when I listen, but I cannot speak it.
Ah, yes. That is a classic struggle. It is the silent phase. You watch a movie and you understand the story. You listen to a podcast like this one and you understand us. But when you try to open your mouth, nothing comes out.
Exactly. You feel stuck. Your mind goes blank. It can be very frustrating. So today, we are going to explore why this happens and, more importantly, how to fix it. We will speak slowly and clearly so you can follow along.
That sounds perfect. If you are listening right now and nodding your head saying, yes, that is me, then this episode is for you.
Let's start with the basics, Mark. Why is there such a big difference between listening and speaking?
Well, Anna, in language learning, we have two different types of skills. We have input and we have output.
Can you explain what input is for our listeners?
Sure. Input is information going into your brain. This includes listening to music, watching Netflix, or reading a book. You are receiving the language. You are the receiver.
Right. And output is the opposite. Output is information coming out of your brain. This includes speaking and writing. You are the creator.
Exactly. The problem is that most people spend 90% of their time on input and only 10% on output.
That is so true, Mark. Think about it. When you study English, what do? You probably read a textbook. You probably listen to your teacher. You probably watch YouTube videos.
But how often do you actually speak? How often do you construct sentences? For many students, the answer is rarely or never.
So your brain becomes an expert at listening. Your brain recognizes the sounds, it recognizes the words. It's like a muscle. Your listening muscle is very strong because you exercise it every day.
But your speaking muscle is weak. It is small. It is tired because you never use it.
That is a great analogy, Mark. Imagine going to the gym. If you only exercise your legs will be strong, but your arms will still be weak. You cannot expect your arms to be strong if you only do leg exercises.
Precisely. Listening does not automatically teach you how to speak. They are connected, yes, but they are different skills.
There is also the difference between passive vocabulary and active vocabulary.
Oh, this is important. Please explain this, Anna.
Okay. Passive vocabulary consists of the words you understand when you see them. If I say the word elephant, you know what it is. You have heard it before.
Right. I know an elephant. Big ears, long trunk.
But active vocabulary consists of the words you can find quickly when you are talking. Sometimes you know a word, but you can't find it in the moment. It is passive in your brain. It is sleeping.
I hate that feeling. You're in a conversation and you want to say a word, you know the word, it's on the tip of your tongue, but you can't say it.
That is because that word is not in your active vocabulary yet. You haven't used it enough in conversation.
So, Anna, we know that lack of practice is one reason, but I think there is another reason, a deeper reason:
What is that, Mark?
fear.
Oh, absolutely. Fear is huge.
Many students are afraid of making mistakes. They are perfectionists. They think, if I cannot say the sentence perfectly, I will not say it at all.
Yes, this is the perfectionist trap. When you are listening to English, you don't have to be perfect. You just sit back and relax. But when you speak, you feel like you are being judged.
You worry about your accent. You worry about grammar. You worry that people will laugh at you.
Let me tell you a secret, listeners. No one is laughing at you. Really. Most people are very patient. They respect that you are learning a second language.
That is true. Think about when you meet someone learning your native language. If they make a mistake, do you laugh? Do you think they are stupid?
No, I think they are brave. I want to help them.
Exactly. So we need to change our mindset. We need to stop trying to be perfect. Communication is not about perfection, it is about connection.
I love that. Communication is not about perfection, it is about connection. If the other person understands you, you have succeeded, even if your grammar was wrong.
I remember when I was learning Spanish, I was so scared. I would translate the sentence in my head 5 times before I spoke.
And by the time you were ready to speak, the conversation was over?
Yes, exactly. I missed my chance because I was thinking too much. I was analyzing, not speaking.
We call that analysis paralysis. You think so much that you freeze. You become paralyzed.
So, to our listeners, it is okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn. If you don't make mistakes, you are not trying hard enough.
Imagine a baby learning to walk. The baby stands up and falls down. Does the baby think, "Oh no, I am so embarrassed. I will never walk again"?
No, the baby laughs and stands up again. We need to be like babies.
Another big issue that stops people from speaking is translating in their head.
This is a bad habit.
It is very common for beginners. Someone asks you a question in English. First, you translate the question into your native language. Then you think of the answer in your native language. Then you translate the answer back into English.
That is a long process. It takes too much time.
It is too slow. By the time you do all that translation, the other person is waiting. This creates pressure. The pressure makes you nervous, and when you are nervous, you forget words.
It is a cycle, a bad cycle. So we need to learn to think in English.
But Mark, that is difficult. How does a beginner start thinking in English?
It is not as hard as you think. You start small. You don't start with philosophy or politics. You start with objects.
Give us an example.
Okay, look around your room right now. What do you see? Don't think of the word in your language. Think of the English word directly. Table, computer, phone, cup.
I see. So you label your environment.
Yes, when you see a door, don't translate. Just think door.
And then you can move to simple sentences.
Exactly. When you're walking down the street, narrate your life. Say to yourself, I am walking. The sun is shining. That is a red car.
And you can do this silently in your head, right? You don't have to talk to yourself like a crazy person on the street.
Yes, you can do it internally, but saying it out loud is better if you're alone at home. This connects your brain directly to English, skipping your native language.
Okay, Mark. We have talked about the problems. We have talked about input versus output, fear and translation. Now, let's give our listeners some real tools. How can they practice speaking if they have no one to talk to?
This is the most common excuse. I have no native friends. I live in a country where no one speaks English.
But you don't need a partner to practice speaking.
Correct. The best technique for this is called shadowing.
I love shadowing. It changed my language learning journey. Can you explain how to do it?
Of course, shadowing is simple. You find a piece of audio, like this podcast. You listen to a sentence, then you pause the audio, and you repeat exactly what you heard.
Do you just repeat the words?
No, you have to be an actor. You must copy the emotion. You must copy the speed. You must copy the intonation. If the speaker goes up at the end of the sentence, you go up. If they speak loudly, you speak loudly.
So you are mimicking them like a parrot.
Yes, be a parrot. This helps your muscles. Remember the gym analogy. Shadowing is the workout for your mouth muscles.
Let's try it right now. I will say a sentence, and Mark, you shadow me. And listeners, you shadow me too. Ready?
I am ready.
Okay, here's the sentence. I am trying to improve my English every day.
I am trying to improve my English every day.
That was good, but try to match my speed exactly. I am trying to improve my English every day.
I'm trying to improve my English every day.
Perfect. Listeners, did you try it? This is powerful because you don't have to think about grammar. You are just feeling the rhythm of the language.
You can do this with YouTube videos, Netflix series, or news channels. Do it for just 10 minutes a day. You will see a huge difference.
What is another technique, Mark?
This one is scary for some people, but it is very effective. Recording yourself.
Oh, I hate the sound of my own voice.
Everyone does. It's uncomfortable, but that's why it works.
How should they do this?
Open the voice recorder app on your phone. Pick a simple topic. Maybe, what did I do today? Or what is my favorite movie?
And just talk?
Just talk for 1 minute. No script, just speak freely.
And what happens after you record it?
You listen to it.
Oh no, that is the hard part.
Yes, but when you listen, you will hear your mistakes. You will hear where you hesitated. You will hear where your pronunciation was not clear.
It's like being your own teacher.
Exactly. You might realize, oh, I said he go instead of he goes. When you catch your own mistake, you're less likely to make it again.
And you can save these recordings. Imagine recording yourself today and then again in 3 months. You can compare them.
That is the best motivation. You will hear the improvement. You will hear that you are faster and more confident.
I have one technique I want to share, Mark. It is for those moments when you are in a real conversation and you freeze.
Please share.
It is called the keep it simple rule, or the simplification strategy.
How does it work?
Often, we can't speak because we are trying to translate a complex idea from our native language. We want to sound smart. We want to use big words.
Yes, we want to express our adult thoughts, but we only have child vocabulary.
Exactly. So, when you get stuck, stop, take a breath, and ask yourself, how can I say this simply?
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine you want to say, I unfortunately cannot attend the meeting due to unforeseen circumstances.
Wow, that is formal. Unforeseen circumstances. That is hard to say.
If you try to translate that, you will get stuck. So simplify it. What is the core message?
I can't come to the meeting.
Exactly. I can't come. Or I am busy.
It feels like you are lowering your intelligence, but actually, you are increasing your communication.
Yes! It is better to speak a simple sentence clearly than to fail at a complex sentence.
Don't be afraid to sound simple. Simple is good. Simple is clear. Simple is confident. I want to talk about one more habit, Anna. The sorry habit.
Oh, I know this one.
Many learners start every sentence with, "Sorry, my English is bad," or "Sorry, I am nervous."
Why is this bad? It seems polite.
It sets a negative tone. You are telling the listener to focus on your mistakes. You are apologizing for existing.
That is true. It lowers your confidence immediately.
Instead of saying sorry, say thank you.
Thank you? How does that work?
If you are struggling to find a word, don't say, "Sorry, I am slow." Say, "Thank you for being patient."
I love that shift.
If you make a mistake and someone corrects you, don't say, "Sorry, I am stupid." Say, "Thank you for helping me."
That changes the energy completely. It goes from negative to positive.
It shows that you are a learner, not a failure.
We have covered a lot of ground today, but none of this works if you only do it once a week.
Consistency is key. You cannot go to the gym once a month and expect muscles. You cannot practice speaking once a month and expect fluency.
It is better to practice for 15 minutes every day than for 5 hours on Sunday.
Integrate it into your life. Speak to your dog in English. Speak to your plants. Sing songs in the shower.
Singing is actually great. It helps with rhythm and flow.
It really does. And read out loud. When you read a book, don't just read with your eyes, read with your voice.
That connects the visual word to the physical muscle movement.
Before we finish, Mark, I want to share a quick story from one of our listeners, Maria from Brazil.
Oh, please do.
Maria wrote to us. She said that for 3 years, she watched American TV shows. She understood everything, but she was terrified to speak. She got a job interview in English.
That is high pressure.
She was so scared, but she decided to use the techniques we talked about. For 1 week before the interview, she recorded herself answering questions. She practiced simplifying her answers.
And what happened?
She said she was still nervous. Her grammar wasn't perfect, but she didn't freeze. She focused on connection, not perfection, and she got the job.
That is amazing. Congratulations, Maria.
It shows that you don't need perfect English to succeed. You just need functional English. You need to be able to bridge the gap between your brain and your mouth.
So, let's summarize today's episode for our friends.
Number 1, understanding, input, and speaking, output, are different skills. You must practice output specifically.
Number 2, don't be a perfectionist. Mistakes are normal. Don't let fear stop you.
Number 3, stop translating. Start labeling your world in English to learn to think in English.
Number 4, use techniques like shadowing and recording yourself to build muscle memory and confidence.
And number 5, keep it simple. Don't try to use complex words, just communicate the message.
And finally, be kind to yourself. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. You are doing a hard thing. Be proud of every step you take.
If you understand this podcast, you are already halfway there. You have the knowledge. Now, you just need to activate it.
We believe in you. You can do this.
Yes, you can.
Thank you so much for listening to Daily English Dialogues. We hope this episode helps you unlock your voice.
If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Leave a comment below. Tell us, what is the hardest part about speaking for you? We read every comment.
We will see you in the next episode. Keep practicing and keep talking.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.